2023 was the year that saw a revolution in feminism in modern-day movies because of the investment of Margot Robbie and Greta Gerwig. Both stars came together to create a movie adaptation of Barbie, and the reviews were amazing. Adults were happy to relive their childhoods while seeing elements of their current state. However, the movie received as much criticism as praise. So, when the 2024 Oscar nominees were announced and Margot Robbie wasn't on the list, people were ready to throw hands. But what happened that made the Oscars snub her? Or did she not deliver on Barbie? Let's find out. When the first trailer of Barbie dropped in early 2023, everyone was excited and had high hopes because let's face it, Barbie was an icon in most of our childhoods. So, when people saw Margot Robbie, the famous Harley Quinn, on the project, everyone was ready to show their support. During the press tours for the movie, Margot Robbie revealed that she never owned a Barbie doll when she was younger, and never had any dreams of being Barbie when she was younger. But when she went to visit her cousin who had multiple Barbie dolls, they would build forts and other things. But when the opportunity to produce a Barbie movie presented itself, she hopped on it. She heard of the opportunity when she wanted to pitch her brand to Lucky Chap and Mattel that were planning to sell off the rights of Barbie. Margot Robbie was able to convince them to sign the contract, and she went on a hunt to get a trusted idea. Mattel and Lucky Chap didn't have any creative direction they wanted to follow. They simply knew they wanted the 60 years legacy of Barbie to remain upheld. So, Margot Robbie got to work and decided to contact Greta Gerwig to write the script for the movie. When she came up with the suggestion, everyone thought she was crazy and that Greta would refuse. But to their surprise, she agreed under the condition that she had complete creative freedom, and Margot Robbie gave her the go-ahead. Before the movie was shot, nobody on the production crew, except Greta Gerwig and her husband, Noah Baumbach.
It wasn't until we had the script and I loved it that I thought, oh, now I can't bear to let anyone direct it but me.
Knew what was in the script. If they wanted a Barbie movie written by Greta, they just had to trust that she would deliver. Margot Robbie had no plans to star in the movie, especially not as Barbie. But as they started getting ready to cast, it was evident that she would be the perfect actress for the role. There were other actresses on the lineup, but Margot Robbie was the most preferable option. After going back and forth with rehearsals and shooting with multiple talented people on set, the movie was ready to be shown to the world. Barbie was released on the same day as another blockbuster in cinemas on July 21st, 2023, Oppenheimer. And the turn-up was impressive. The movie grossed millions of dollars, and honestly, it was one of the highest-grossing movies of that year. Despite how great the movie was, many people took offense to the storyline, which followed the life of Barbie leaving the doll world and going into the real world. Ken from the doll world followed her into the real world and learnt the patriarchy common on Earth. He took those ideas back to Barbie world, which was led by women and enslaved all the Barbies. In essence, the movie showed the reality of the world and the inequality of sexes and how they affect women. However, some people assume the movie was trying to make men side characters in the world and also portray them as mean. One podcaster in particular, Ben Shapiro, brought lots of Barbie dolls and doll houses and set them on fire after watching the movie. Was he that hurt? For women, Barbie was a reaffirmation of their struggles with inequality. It shone a different light on their stance with feminism and gave them hope that they weren't the only ones going through oppression. In reality, the movie reversed the normal order of movies by making men side characters as opposed to what happens in regular movies, where women only appear as an assistant to the leading men. For once, men could actually place themselves in women's shoes through a movie, and most of them weren't liking it. Anyway, the Oscar nominations were announced on January 23, 2024, and Barbie got 8 nominations. The movie was nominated for Best Picture, Best Costume Design, Best Production Design, and Best Adapted Screenplay. Ryan Gosling was nominated for Best Supporting Actor for his role as Ken, and America Ferrera was nominated for Best Supporting Actress. That was all. Almost immediately, social media went into a frenzy.
One of the biggest snub Oscar lineups I think I've ever seen.
Because Margot Robbie wasn't nominated for anything at all. Barbie fans felt like she deserved Best Lead Actress or Best Director. But the nominations were out and nothing could be done. Now, the conversation shouldn't be whether Margot Robbie is a great actress or not, because if we're honest, she's very versatile. The fact that people are complaining that she didn't get a nomination is overshadowing America Ferrera's nomination. Close to the end of the movie, Ferrera's character dropped a beautiful speech on the basics of feminism. An excerpt from the speech reads, "You have to answer for men's bad behavior, which is insane. But if you point that out, you're accused of complaining. You're supposed to stay pretty for men, but not so pretty that you tempt them too much or that you threaten other women, because you're supposed to be part of the sisterhood." The essence of the speech was to show how literally impossible it is to be a woman, because you must do a lot, but not too much. You constantly have to prove your femininity, like being a woman is cosplay. A cosplay of how much suffering you can bear until you can no longer go on. Then you're labeled selfish. Barbie perfectly portrayed these sufferings, but it suddenly became a thing of the past because Margot Robbie wasn't nominated for the Oscars. Situations like this make one start to question if award shows are actually a true proof of creatives' hard work and talent. The whole concept of award shows should be to appreciate people who have tried in their craft and not necessarily to pit people against each other. Despite the fact that Barbie tried to show women that they need to stop proving themselves worthy in society, many people still went ahead to fight for an award for Margot Robbie. It's understandable that she did a great job on the film, but ignoring one person because another didn't get recognized is a sure way to undermine people's efforts. In a bid to get Margot Robbie a spot at the Oscars, America Ferrera wasn't congratulated and her nomination wasn't recognized. In fact, her iconic speech was suddenly irrelevant. The same speech that people claimed was an eye-opener. But you know something else that could have happened on the off chance that Margot Robbie got nominated? People would ask why Ferrera's monologue was snubbed. Of course, the Barbie movie deserved lots of nominations. If it's possible, they can take all the awards for the night and it still won't be enough because they did an incredible job. But in the pursuit of asking for more, the ones that already exist should be appreciated. When Margot Robbie was asked during a SAG screening of the movie how she felt about being snubbed by the Oscars, she said it was incredible that the movie even got that many nominations. According to her, she was grateful to be blessed and be a part of the movie. In her words, "I've never been a part of something like this. I can't think of a time when the movies had this effect on culture. And it's amazing to be in the eye of the storm." Although she believes Greta Gerwig should have been nominated for Best Director, Margot's co-stars expressed their displeasure at the nominations. According to Ryan Gosling, there is no Ken without Barbie, and there is no Barbie movie without Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie, the two people most responsible for this history-making, globally celebrated film. He recognizes the effort they put into the movie, but the Oscars could have done better. America Ferrera also expressed her displeasure, saying, "It's really a disappointment. It's just so undeniable what they created. How unprecedented. How unexpected, and I think that's what people are bummed about." However, Margot Robbie maintains that they set out to shift culture with the movie, and they achieved that. And honestly, they went all out in bringing Barbie world to life and delivering a great message without over-explaining. Did she deserve to get nominated as Best Lead Actress? Yes. But since she didn't get the nomination, what can we do to show support? Barbie fans can show massive support for the other nominees and push the message those characters passed across while appreciating the efforts of everyone that worked on the movie. Years from now, the Barbie movie should go down in history as one of the best cinematic pieces to grace our screens. The movie ruffled lots of feathers and made people question everything they have been used to. Margot Robbie had a great time working on the movie, and if she gets the chance, she'll likely do it again. The important thing is that right now, many women found consolation in Barbie, and the world will never be the same. Margot Robbie has been delivering on all characters since she became popular on Wolf of Wall Street. Afterwards, almost every role she played portrayed her as a weak blonde woman who was incapable of thinking for herself. She showed her versatility when she starred as Harley Quinn, and that was when people saw that she was more than her hair color. When she eventually played the role of an independent woman, fans of Harley Quinn were unhappy and wanted her to continue playing those roles because their image of her was challenged. But she was stepping outside the stereotype, and although she wasn't awarded by the Oscars for it, her role in society can never be undermined. So when next you wonder why Margot Robbie was snubbed by the Oscars, no, it has nothing to do with her acting. It actually has nothing to do with her and more with the organizers. While we maintain our anger toward the show, we hope the other nominees receive support. From now until the Oscars, we wish America Ferrera and Ryan Gosling the best luck and hope they go home with the awards.